You feel desperate, powerless, waiting for a reply, normally from a romantic interest. They've just been online. They haven't opened your message and they've just gone offline. Then they're online, then they're offline, and they still haven't opened your message. The anxiety is just filling up inside of your body. Oh my god, they've just opened the message. They're not replying. What the is going on? Why are they not replying? Okay, neediness is one of the most uncomfortable feelings I believe there is. It leaves us feeling powerless, diminished, and desperate. And you don't deserve to feel that way. Nobody does. You don't deserve to let someone occupy your mind and fill you with anxiety. So, in this video, we're going to tackle how to break this vicious cycle. So, first off, it's worth pointing something out that need and neediness are two different things. Need is something that is perfectly healthy. You know, we all have needs. We have a need to eat, to breathe, to crap, a need to love, a need to be loved, a need for other people. While neediness, on the other hand, it's very natural at the same time, but this is important to point out, but it's not a healthy state to be in. So, what creates neediness in the first place? There's a saying which I absolutely love just because it's just plain true, and that is you're only as needy as your unmet needs. Who are you spending your time with? Who are you spending your time around when you're feeling needy? It's time to honestly take a look at this and to ask ourselves whether this person can meet your needs in the first place and whether they're willing to. Because if your needs are reasonable, which I'm assuming they are, and obviously only you can determine whether they are or not, you deserve to have them met. So it's time to cut the neediness off, and together we're going to do this, and we're going to build confidence through breaking the cycle. So here we go. The first thing we need to do is to figure out, why does this keep happening? You may be thinking, this other person's so cruel, they're behaving horribly, they aren't responding to my messages, or they aren't giving me what I need. This is exactly the type of relating that creates the sensation of neediness to begin with. So let me explain why. By thinking these thoughts, we're giving away our power. We're giving way too much power to the other person, and this is power over us. We're letting the other person decide if they will meet our needs or not, and placing so much significance on them doing that. I mean, what we should be doing is taking responsibility for our own behavior. We choose who we spend time with, ultimately. We choose who we allow and disallow into our lives. So if we're allowing people to continually not meet our needs, it's time to get a magnifying glass and ask ourselves what the hell is going on. So normally what draws us to those who activate neediness inside of us is the fact that there is an unhealed wound there. So our outside often mirrors and reflects what's going on inside of us. Our minds naturally scout around for evidence to confirm what it already knows to be true, and this is known as confirmation bias. So if what we know to be true is that in our past is that our needs weren't met, then your brain will continue to replicate this pattern until you deliberately change it. So the first step is that it's important to remove the shame around being needy, because all emotions really just boil down to input and output. So your emotions are wholly valid, and there is an explanation for literally every single one of them. Society does tend to create shame around neediness, but if you have two people who are madly in love with one another and they're both texting all day long and they're both really into each other, neither party would be considered to be needy. However, if you have one partner who is much more heavily invested than the other partner, the one who's really heavily invested would be considered to be really needy because they're always texting, they're always calling. So it really just boils down to the relating of the two individuals. And once again, if you're repeatedly being described as needy, or you're feeling needy, it could relate to a pattern of unconscious behavior where you're seeking dismissive people, and that's what's activating this needy sensation and needy tendency inside of you. So, step 2, make it a point to become aware of what beliefs you're holding and what beliefs are making you feel needy. If you have a habit of putting people on pedestals and diminishing yourself, for example, then this leads to a lot of fear and an increased sense of need. Which people are you around, and which people are you talking to when this feeling's activated inside of you? It's really, really important to become aware of this, because the right relationships shouldn't feel so much work, and needs should generally be being reciprocally met. So the final step is that we want to question, what's the worst case scenario if this person doesn't meet my need? Try to become comfortable with the pain that would bring and that outcome, because by doing that, you're reclaiming power, because you're not so outcome dependent and you're really going to be good either way. What heightens the sense of need is limiting our beliefs to thinking that we need another person and we need another person to be a certain way or do a certain thing, because in reality we don't. Often these sensations are just old emotions from unresolved needs in our childhood coming up again and again. So it's really important to start challenging these thoughts, because our brains are doing the best job they can, but let's be honest, they get it wrong sometimes. They mess it up. So if you found this video helpful at all, I would really, really, really appreciate it if you left a comment and told me any thoughts you might have. And also, if you wouldn't mind leaving a comment, I've just said that, if you wouldn't mind liking it, and if you wouldn't mind subscribing, and also sharing the video with someone that you think might get some use out of it, I'd be really grateful. And I'll see you on the flip side. Ciao for now.